Take it from a lady that looks like me. You can trust that all of these tips are going to bring the boys to your yard. So being the single, dried up wench that I am and have been for the last almost decade now, I decided maybe I should look to science to see what makes women more attractive to men. That is when I came upon a gold mine of knowledge. Maybe I could attract a man by doing every single one of these things. Because if I follow every one of these suggestions, then I am bound to bag a douchebag in no time. So I know many of us women have heard this all the time. And you know, a lot of us roll our eyes. Girls, it is important to smile, especially if the guy tells you, smile more, sweetie. That is even more reason to flash that grin for him. A recent study published by the American Psychological Association shows that smiling makes you more attractive since it stimulates the part of his brain associated with sensory rewards. Put simply, you look more approachable with a gleaming grin. Smiling makes women look friendly and sexually receptive, aka more interested in f***ing. It's all about smiling. That is why I put on a permanent smile every day now. I get the looks from the guys. It makes you appear more feminine and young. Only a smile like this could come from heaven. And speaking of smiling, girls, you have to laugh. A study by a Canadian university says that men are attracted to women who laugh at their jokes. Who cares if it's not a genuine laugh? As long as you laugh, guys are automatically more attracted to you. So girls, laugh at everything he says, even if he's telling the story of his mom dying. Okay ladies, it's time to change your voice. It's time to hire those voices. According to a study, a high-pitched voice evokes youthfulness and signifies a small, feminine body, both of which are attractive to men. Women with higher-pitched voices are perceived as thinner and younger. There's really nothing more attractive to a man when you speak like this. If you are a Mariah Carey, you can go even higher than that. You know that high, streaky trill that she always does in every one of her songs? Mimic that pitch. You might sprain a few vocal cords. Sometimes I like to do some vocal practices to get myself to that level of a dog whistle. Not only does it show that you are skinny, but it shows that you are basically an 8-year-old. Nothing's more attractive to grown men than an 8-year-old girl. According to research, men prefer a waist to hips ratio of 7:10, which means you're fairly curvy and have good childbearing hips. Men look at a woman with larger hips and subconsciously think that they would be able to have their child. It might be 2018, but you know what? She better have those big childbearing hips and a tiny waist. Even if she's pregnant, she better not have no waist bigger than 25 inches. No man will lay eyes on you if you do not have that perfect 0.7 ratio, okay? Moving on to hair. Shiny, full, and long hair is very attractive. It's a sign of health and fertility. Not only does science say this, but most men do. I mean, one guy even said that long hair says youth, fertility, femininity. A woman with cropped hair has opted out of the dating pool, either because she is postmenopausal or has just capitulated. Whatever the f that means. This guy sounds like a Prince Charming. He ain't gonna look at you unless if your hair is basically touching your butt crack. The study doesn't say where the hair should be long. So not only does the hair on your head need to be long, but we're talking about everywhere else. Keep your pits growing, don't shave, don't wax, don't do anything. Just let it all grow out. Science says it's all about the long, full hair, and that means everywhere. Makeup. You can't wear too much, but you can't wear too little. Guys like that natural look. That's not to say, women, that you can go out and wear nothing. I mean, do you want to look like a caveman? Men prefer women who use up to 40% fewer cosmetics. Okay, ladies? Whatever the f That means you want to look like you spent literally 2 seconds on your look, even though it might have been 4 hours. Speaking of makeup, if you want to attract those men, you're going to bring them in with that bold red pout. And yes, this might be contradictory to the natural look because not a f***ing woman in this world has natural bold red lips. But who cares? Because science contradicts itself every day. Scientists from Manchester University found that men spend about half their time staring at your perfect pout, especially if you're wearing red lipstick. Red keeps him mesmerized for an average of 7.3 seconds, while a pink pucker grabs him for only 6.7. The hypothesis is that red lips mimic the widening of blood vessels that occur with sexual arousal. Boom! I am a 10. To make your lips look bigger, plumper, all you have to do is go outside of your natural lip line and go a little wider than your smile can reach. Then pair this with a smile. I feel so sexy already. Lipstick on the teeth, even better. Guys will be banging on your door, and it might be to get out of your house, but who cares? Since we're on the topic of red, you've heard of that song called Lady in Red. Well, there is a reason why there is a song called Lady in Red, because apparently women appear more attractive when they are wearing red. A study from the University of Rochester shows that men rated women in red more sexually attractive than those who weren't in red. It's all about the red, guys. This is a babe magnet. It reeks of fertility, it reeks of sexual attractiveness. You might look like a Disney villain, but you know what? They are not gonna know whether you are wearing a napkin on your head or a tablecloth. All they're gonna say is red. They're not gonna know whether it's ridiculous or f***ed up. And next, we are on to skin color. It's all about that tan. Women with darker skin were twice as likely to be rated as more attractive. You do not wanna look like a ghost. You wanna look as dark as this. Nothing is sexier than a couple more wrinkles or malignant moles. Guys, be attracted to that shit. So there you have it, ladies. These are the very things you need to be doing every single day to attract those men. You want to emphasize your femininity, your fertility, your sexuality, your fuckability. All these things are gonna help you with that. These are the most accurate of scientific studies. All I have to say is that if you are following all of these tips and suggestions to a T and you still do not bag a man, then you is ugly as fuck. Guys are attracted to this. Don't you ever question what science says.